the same thing, they try to make it, okay, Tibetan, what is it? Can you tell me some 4 characteristics? These are type of things. That's not a thing. You are not in a single mold. There will be a rich texture of global realities and global opportunities in their daily life. In your daily life, both will be there. When I say global, it includes the thing which you will have it in India, where your center of gravity is much more. But the fact of keeping the community identity to several forums such as this summit, as well as the use of modern fast transportation system, it will not only the ICT, we have to see each other, we have to feel each other sometimes, will also preserve many parts of the rich heritage of Tibet. One should bear in mind that this rich and hoary heritage is the real brand, global brand of Tibet. You should not forget it. The moment you forget it, the thing is gone. Symbolized by His Holiness Dalai Lama and other venerable Tibetan monks. There are many names which are known. I am not repeating many of them. One of the beneficial actions, therefore, for the GTPC would be to capture this heritage and display in various parts of the world they live in.
Dr. Rajan also chalked out a 2030 vision for the Tibetan community, one that Tibetan professionals should play an active role in turning it into a reality. These 8 included tasks related to the creative industries based on brand Tibet and to scientific and medical research that could potentially open up new avenues of modern science. He also called on the need for a systematic scientific capture of Tibetan traditional knowledge, of preservation of the Tibetan language, among others.
Vision is not a corporate plan. I think you should understand that. What will be, what is the thing, what are the bottom line, top line, and it's not that. Nor should it be a government document. Because government documents comprise in them several compromises, any governments, which will be this thing. Because it has to represent several things. Actually, the good vision, I try to give a simple definition because all simple sentences have also got in them a good advantage of conveying at the disadvantage of hiding many rich texture. But anyway, I will tell it. It should be a challenging for the best minds. It should be challenging for the best minds. Yet, it is inclusively realistic to attract the average. Oh God, this is what is these fellows talking? Should not be. So it should be challenging of the best mind and yet inclusively realistic to attract the average. I have attempted to give 8 major based on this. I am sure the GTPs could engage themselves to embark upon such a vision in the vision generation exercise after this summit.
Following this, Venerable Karmagelik Yuthok, the Secretary of the Department of Education, addressed the delegates about the state of education in exile. Along with him, the exile government's Chief Planning Officer, Dr. Kunchok Tsuntu, spoke about the state of Tibetan human capital in exile in a presentation titled 50 Years of Human Capability Developments, Status and Trends in Tibetan Population in Exile. These plenary sessions were in keeping with the program for the first day of the summit to understand the current reality of the exile community as well as the challenges faced by them. The delegates were placed into predetermined thematic groups related to the field of education, health, international relations, and economic development. Each group met with representatives from relevant departments in the Tibetan exile government. Together, they examined the problem areas in their departments and discussed how and where Tibetan professionals can make a difference. Armed with these details, each group coined a problem statement and identified the root cause of these challenges. At the end of a long but fruitful first day, the delegates relaxed over dinner that was hosted by the Tibetan Cabinet of Ministers.
Di menan le de ngune shije chimbu che dongyenge mena mango shipesha manzo genshu me changma simshu pare arshtu dinde kelaba mango thambina phebe chizol phendo chimbu jungure sambudo ani dari chondu jodane chebena chinje manzo jibe duksu pheshung da sane sadoge duksu khale jikchen phendo chimbu yoyang didu.
The second day of the summit began on a powerful note for the delegates. They received a special audience with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Yudun Okatong, the director of ENVISION, briefed His Holiness about the professionals who were present at the summit. Okatong also spoke about the key aim of the summit, which was to harness the power of professionalism and develop a shared vision to strengthen the Tibetan community in exile. His Holiness called on Tibetan professionals to always be proud of their rich heritage and to be true to themselves and to their people in everything they endeavor.
Central Asia, one around Copy Cheji even Mirji in Samba. There will Truju Nalia, Peve, Shamdrin Shimi, Peve, one Tane, Runzu Simbachi, Dayo, the Shembetane, so Bobasha, Chikash Murisha. Then Mazo Zanjo was it, I heard about Didi, Mazo Round when I dead yare, Mazo Round Kugo yare. Round you understand, Lady Karisha to name Kugo yare. So Jana, so that Tiazo Dinane, Yachika Kasore. 지속 난에다 지소수 시행이 여체에서 배주체 and 랑조에 근데 처음 무지는 수원에 다지 대비지 수상을 차지 연구하래 지점이 소소 면에 직도시 그거로 이해되다 지금 제토야지 준비 최기 랭게지를 연구하래 신소아 나도 시장을 이런 교부지 학생다 심수위원회 제약입니다 다 지난주 서로 지금 소수직 도다로 간섬직 사다다 차 지금 또식다 내가로 제토하기 차진으로 이해받다 뒤 옆에 그돌라 다 겐디 마십시 소소 랑고 간도 상담에 이나 표자심이마 시류자심이마 먼저 저거 제시 때리는 뒤뒤 같이 그래 비밀전주 뒤뒤 다 표집에서 나 상계 때문에도 랑고 간도 좀 루기상 들지 잡에 있나 엔 거기서 높은 걸 봐. 내 준비를 차시하네. 먼저 봐. 엔 전조 차시하네. 맞아 전조 가르 강성시한테 이해되면 되나네. 몽구시 강연 안 되려고 말도 잔적해 말이. 자, 다 디디 시험에 체제 장소 믹스에다 겐지에서 받으셔. 다 겐디 키네다 뭐서 라는게 같이 해서는 나한테 지나도 때 지금도 가서 액션도 지산다 구두셔도 와. 다 빼면서 야오래. 다 지난주 뭐네 지 지소 나리야 지 그게 팸버치야 양쪽 소소소 니지미지 펴봐 전주 지고 나 대고 말이 그걸 저분이 가서 가려 여대고 소소소 사자 나리야 양지 펴배 지기 가서래 민소야라고 지기 펴배 민편양소로 야 드림들 가르쳐도 가
Spurred on by the encouragement they received from their leader, Tibetan delegates embarked on the next leg of the program.
But the most moving experience of this for me has been that every single one of us recognizes that in large part we are here as accomplished professionals only because of the tireless work of His Holiness, of the dedication of our government officials, and the unending sacrifices and hard work and indignities suffered by our parents, our elders, our communities. And so it's been a really moving experience that we are all here together now and resolving how are we going to move forward and give back to the community and sort of carry out our responsibilities.
The second day focused solely on creating a vision statement for the group. To meet this goal, the plenary speakers included summit participants Kasur Tenzin Namgyel Tetong, Distinguished Fellow at Stanford University, Dr. Lobsang Sangye, Senior Fellow at Harvard School of Law, and Dr. Tsawang Mutup from Minnesota. Nyima Gelson Dorji, an engineer by profession and a key member of the summit's organizing committee, presided over the plenary session, during which he stressed on the significance of this session. All three prominent speakers shared their thoughts on the most key things to keep in mind while chalking out a vision. Don't be afraid to start small, address the easier problems first, steer clear of being too ambitious, set achievable goals, and be committed to that vision. These were the common themes that stemmed from this session. After a very lively and informative session, delegates broke into their groups to define their vision for the community. From the myriad vision statements that were drawn up, a broad vision for 2020 was agreed upon and set for the Global Tibetan Professional Network. We envision a healthy, innovative, vibrant, self-sustaining community grounded in traditional values and guided by modern education, heading towards a future that is fully informed by and strategically engaged with the Tibetans inside Tibet and the world at large.
I'm from a healthcare group. Our vision is to have healthy and holistic community of well-educated, engaged, productive, innovative, self-reliant, proactive citizens raised in a stimulating environment by well-trained professionals.
Anzuki and the metaphor the sunflower damir and sunflower the Anzuki Karchina damir lavina sunflower the Kakaduchil and Nimashadu Kachigra. The Anzuki Nimati good policy. When the good policy shot there, then you catch it.
Okay, we have a lot of drawings here. Our metaphor